Well, I'm just fed up with it. I'm done. I'm not going to sell on eBay and Etsy anymore. I'm not making any sales. I'm just not going to do it anymore. Howdy, friends. Welcome to the Eclectic Sam YouTube channel. Before we get started, see down below that subscribe button. If you hadn't already subscribed to the channel, if you will, please hit it. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps me out too. My name's Sam. This is my little corner of YouTube and my eclectic life. These videos will be about selling on eBay, history, travel, and just my life in general. I hope you enjoy it. Today is Tuesday, October 27th. Let's see what we sold on eBay yesterday. First, we have this Chaps Ralph Lauren nautical themed polo style shirt. It sold for $14.99 plus shipping, and I paid $3 for that at the local thrift store. If you note with that shirt, I said Chaps Ralph Lauren. A lot of people don't realize that there is Chaps, but at one time, Ralph Lauren owned Chaps. Believe it or not, just because it says Ralph Lauren makes it worth a little bit more. Regular Chaps shirts don't bring near as much as the Chaps Ralph Lauren. I know it's weird, but that's the way it goes, because people like that name, Ralph Lauren. Also, some of the shirts when Ralph Lauren owned Chaps had a little bit more vibrant prints and went along with the branding of the Ralph Lauren line. So always make sure that when you're buying Chaps Ralph Lauren, you're pricing it for a Chaps Ralph Lauren. Or if you're just buying a Chaps shirt, make sure you price it lower because it's just Chaps. I had a little 15% off sale going, started during the day yesterday. And I sold this vintage Sears camcorder, you know, the big ones that go on your shoulder or whatever. Boy, these bring back memories. It sold for $16.14 plus shipping. And I paid $5 for that at a local thrift store. Boy, who remembers those big old camcorders? You had to hold them up here, and they were just so bulky and everything. Nothing like this little bitty GoPro type camera that I'm filming on right now. And the quality was just horrible on those things. When I sell electronics, vintage electronics, I sell them as is, untested, no warranties, no returns. Because I have no place to set up electronics and test them. But vintage electronics do very well. I price mine lower than normal because I sell them as is for parts or untested. But if you have a place to set up items and test them and clean them up and everything, vintage electronics can bring top dollar. It's really a field that you should really look into if you have the space to tinker with them and know about electronics. I know Craigslist Hunter, if you're not following him, you definitely should. He has a lot of information about reselling, but he loves vintage electronics, and he has the facilities where he can set up and test them and fix them and so forth. But he does very, very well. Look into doing some vintage electronics. It's Friday, October 30th. Let's see what we sold yesterday. Here we have brown Perry Ellis vintage velour or velvet, whatever you want to call it, that real soft material track jacket, late 80s, early 90s. Sold for $34.99 with free shipping on Etsy. That little windbreaker there didn't sell as quick as I thought it would. I've had it for about 1.5 years now. Usually I sell those velour windbreakers pretty quick. But I only had $4 in it, so it's not that big of a deal to hold on for it a little while. Like I've said several times in past videos, I don't mind holding on to something for a while if I only have a few dollars invested in it. You're eventually going to sell it. The great thing about eBay is your customer base is worldwide. So somebody's going to want it eventually. And the most I've held on to something is about 2 years. So if you only have $4 or $5, even $10 or $20 invested in something that you're going to make a good profit off of it, and you have the storage space, go ahead and hold on to it. It's not that big of a deal. At least in my eyes, it isn't. But that brings me to another point. If you notice in this video, there wasn't very many sales past several days. As a matter of fact, I haven't had any sales on eBay in the past, 2 or 3 days. A lot of people will say, well, I'm just fed up with it. I'm done. I'm not going to sell on eBay and Etsy anymore. I'm not making any sales. I'm just not going to do it anymore. But people don't realize, people get into having their own business and selling thinking that it's an easy business, that they're going to make money all the time. But it's completely opposite from that sometimes. Having your own business means that you need to be a good money manager as well. Luckily myself, I do this part-time to make a few bucks to fund my addiction of collecting die-cast cars and collecting action figures and statues and stuff like that. But also, if I was doing it full-time, I would have to put back and save for the slow times. I do that anyway because I've been in it for so long, I know that's how things are going to be. But if you're doing it for your main income, you really need to make sure that you save. Any business owner needs to do that because you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. You're not guaranteed $500 in sales every day. Yeah, it will be, if you work harder, there's a good possibility you'll make more money. With me being part-time and with my disability, I can't work as hard. So, it's not that big of a deal to me. But if you're going to do it full-time, you either need to commit yourself to working all the time, or make sure that you have the employee base that you can afford and that you can build the business with. If not, don't even get started in your own business. Work a 9 to 5 for somebody else and do that. But if you do build your business and commit yourself to working hard, saving your money for the slow times, you will be a successful business owner. Don't start it thinking that, in the first 3 months, you're going to be making thousands of dollars to take home for yourself. It's not going to work like that. Sadly, only probably the 2% of businesses do that. I see so many businesses that open locally that are storefront businesses that don't even stay open a year and close because they're not making money to support themselves. That's because those businesses, A, had a preconceived notion that they were going to make more money than they were, plus they didn't prepare themselves for starting the business. They went in, spent all their money, and started the business and had nothing to fall back on. So make sure that you have plenty to fall back on if you're going to do it for yourself. Well, that's about it for my ramblings for this video. I hope you enjoyed my little bit of knowledge that I've given you today. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, as always, make any comments that you might want to, information that you might want to give, or questions that you might have. And if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see when I post another video in the future. But until next time, my friends, love you. Bye.